friends, it's Lisa and welcome to the first of potentially many vlogs in the month of October. I absolutely love October. I love spooky season. I love Halloween. I love autumn. So I of course wanted to do at least one week-long vlog for the month to celebrate just the general spooky vibes, but also the trick-or-treat-a-thon. I may do more vlogs, but I'm definitely going to do at least this one. But the trick-or-treat-a-thon is a readathon hosted by me and some of my booktube besties. So I'll have my announcement link below with all the information. It's a very relaxed readathon. You can kind of join in and participate whenever you want. It's never too late to join in. So it's actually the 29th of September right now. We haven't officially entered October yet, but I have some fun, exciting plans and things happening this weekend, and I just wasn't really sure when I'd be able to start this vlog otherwise, so I'm starting it now. Getting ahead. Tomorrow on Saturday I'm going to a wedding and I'm so excited. It's for my sister's best friend, who's also just a very close friend of mine. She's basically like an older sister to me, like another older sister. So I'm so excited. I'm going to absolutely sob, I'm sure. But yes, the wedding is tomorrow on Saturday, and then there is a brunch on Sunday and then a Patriots game. I may start reading on Sunday because after the brunch, I'm probably going to just want to relax. But yeah, I wanted to start now so that I could kind of prepare for the wedding with you all, and then also just be able to pick up my camera and start documenting the beginning of the readathon and beginning of October. But yeah, I thought it'd be fun to kind of start getting ready with you all and like documenting me getting ready for the wedding on here. I need to start getting ready tonight because I need to wash my hair, I need to paint my nails, and I feel like just in general kind of get everything that I want to wear and everything together so that I'm just ready in the morning to basically just have a very relaxed morning getting ready. Yeah, just keep it as peaceful and stress-free as possible. But also, you know, I've been looking at my dress and seeing what I want to do for my nails, what jewelry I want to wear, just kind of accessorizing. I have my shoes picked out. I got it all figured out. But speaking of accessorizing and jewelry, I'm here to talk about Ana Luisa, who is the sponsor of this video. You all know, I say this every time, how much I love Ana Luisa. I genuinely just love the company so much. So Ana Luisa is a high quality jewelry brand, but at the fraction of the price as other luxurious jewelry brands. They have pieces starting at just $39, and I just absolutely love this brand. I love working with them, and everything that they work for and stand behind, I really agree with. They are completely carbon neutral, and they've been climate neutral certified, I think since 2021, which is just incredible. I have to mention it every time I talk about the brand because I think that's so important, knowing that your money is going towards a brand and a company that is offsetting 100% of their carbon emissions. It's just so great to know that they have the environment and the planet in mind. And what's super exciting about this particular campaign is that Ana Luisa is turning 5. It is their 5th birthday, and they sent me some pieces in honor to celebrate. And of course, while I'm getting ready for the wedding tomorrow, I definitely think I'm going to be wearing some of these pieces. But first and foremost, I thought because Ana Luisa, it's their birthday, you know, when someone is celebrating a birthday, you often give them a present, a little prize. So I got these earrings that I actually picked out last month during my last campaign with Ana Luisa. These are the Frida earrings. So I actually already have a pair of these, but I was thinking that I could gift these to someone in my life, just a little thank you and celebratory moment for someone special that I love. And I just really like these earrings. I think they're very simple, very stunning, can be dressed up or dressed down. And it's going to be hard, I think, deciding what earrings I do want to wear to the wedding tomorrow, because I feel like I might want to wear the Frida earrings, but also I have these stunning earrings. These are the Ryan earrings. I actually, again, last month picked out earrings that are pretty similar to this. I think they're just a little bit smaller of a hoop. So these are a little bit more dramatic, a little bit more noticeable, I guess, but I just think they're so stunning. I'm just loving like a gold hoop moment recently. I was never a big like hoop earring person, but I don't know, recently, like the last couple of months, I've been loving wearing some gold hoops, and I have like more simple ones, so I think these are a little bit more fun. They have like a little twisty detail, so these might be really nice to wear for the wedding as well. And then I also have the Danielle necklace. It is this beautiful star pendant necklace, and it has this really cool clasp where it actually like connects in the front, and I might just put this on now for fun. Am I going anywhere tonight? No, I'm literally going to be showering and doing my nails, but you know what? I'm gonna wear this necklace while I get myself ready and prepared for the wedding. And I don't actually have any necklaces like this that kind of connect in the front, so this is going to be a little bit different and something, you know, a little bit more unique to my collection. Okay, cute. I love that. I feel like this would be a really cool like statement necklace all on its own, but also it could be really pretty like stacked with some other necklaces. And I'm once again looking at the mirror behind me if you're wondering what I'm doing when I'm ducking. But yeah, I'm so excited to get ready and put these pieces on for the wedding tomorrow. I think it's going to be really, really nice. And like I said, like Ana Luisa's jewelry, it just makes me feel so fancy and luxurious, but without, you know, spending all of the money on very luxurious jewelry. And I just absolutely love their pieces. They hold up so, so well. I've absolutely loved everything that I've ever gotten from them. I wear their jewelry all the time. I feel like I just cannot endorse them enough, and I just absolutely love the brand. And Ana Luisa is doing a buy more, save more sale in honor and celebration of their 5th birthday. So if you buy 2 pieces, you will get 20% off. If you buy 3 pieces, you will get 25% off. And if you buy 4 or more pieces off of the Ana Luisa website, you will get a 30% off discount off of your order. And I think that that is just so great, such a great sale to take advantage of. I will have a link to Ana Luisa's website at the top of the description so you can shop around and see that sale. That sale is happening from October 3rd through October 19th, so I would definitely take advantage of it. Like I have said so many times, I just love Ana Luisa's jewelry, so it's definitely a great sale to take advantage of. And once again, thank you so, so much to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video, and a big happy birthday to Ana Luisa as well. But yeah, reading wise, for the start of the readathon, I don't know what I'm going to be picking up first. I'm currently in the middle of 2 things right now, and I'm hoping to finish them soon. I mean, obviously I have a wedding happening this weekend, so I feel as though a lot of reading is not going to be happening over the next couple of days, maybe Sunday, but we'll see. We'll see how Lisa's feeling after she celebrates a wedding and has probably a couple little drinky drinks, you know? So Sunday could be rough, but I'm hoping that I can do some reading Sunday and finish the 2 books I'm currently reading. I'm currently reading Family Lore by Elizabeth Acevedo. I think I have like a third of the book left. Like I'm kind of close to finishing, so I'm hoping that I can finish that up soon. And then I'm also listening to, I think it's called The Socialite's Guide to Murder by S.K. Golden. Did I get that name right? Unsure. But I'm listening to that audiobook for a themed vlog. So again, I'm hoping to get both of those done over the next couple of days, and then we can start on my Trick or Treat-a-thon / October TBR. And I did chat about what I was planning on reading for October and just the Trick or Treat-a-thon as well in my October reset vlog. So I'll have that linked below in case you're curious, want to check it out. But I do feel like I'm just going to kind of see what I'm in the mood for and what I'm the most excited to pick up and just see what ends up happening. I'm going to just try and read what I want to read in October and hope that they can count for the prompts for the readathon. But right now it is almost 4 o'clock. I just got home from work like 45 minutes ago and I'm feeling like a nap is in my future. So I think I'm going to nap and then shower, and then we can paint my nails and start getting ready for the wedding and stuff later on. Okay, please ignore the unmade bed behind me. You can't really see it anyway. Also, did I take a nap like I said I was going to? No, but that's okay. I'm just gonna go to bed very early. But I have an Ulta package of things I ordered, I think last week, and I thought I could share them because why not? I also do have another package from Ulta, and I need to figure out because one of the things shipped separately and it said it was delivered yesterday and I never got anything. So I don't know if this is what was delivered yesterday or the thing that was delivered today, but I'm still in need of an Ulta package. But anyway, one of the things I got, which is in plastic wrap, is my body wash, in case you're wondering. The other thing that I'm waiting for that's got shipped separately is another one of the Shea Moisture body washes, but it's just a different scent. They're not even really like scented. They're just like all good ingredients and stuff. So got one of those because they were having a sale. So I got another one and another scent, but who knows where it is. I got a Jack Black lip balm. That probably didn't work. I don't think that that works on phones. Anyway, Jack Black lip balm, because this is the best lip balm I have ever used in my entire life, and the one that I'm using right now is almost gone. And normally Santa brings me like a package of a few different kinds, but obviously we're in October. Actually, we're not even in October yet. So I have some time before Santa might bring me some more. So I wanted to order one to have. Then I got a mascara because I think the few that I have, I for some reason opened multiple mascaras and was using kind of a few at the same time, but I think all of them I've been using for probably a month or two, so I need to get rid of them. Basically, I just needed a bunch of like refills for things I was running out of, so I also got another brow pencil. I kind of bounced between the CoverGirl one, and this is in the shade Soft Brown. If you're wondering, it's the Micro Fine and Define pencil, and it's very, very similar to the Anastasia Brow Wiz, which is the other one that I use, but that one is like over double the price of this, so I only get that one when it's on sale, and it's not on sale right now. So I got the CoverGirl one. And also with brows, I got another e.l.f. Wow Brow Tinted Gel because I really like this, and it's only $5, so I'm happy to buy it again and again. And then the final thing I think that I got, yes, other than the soap that has yet to make an appearance, is this cleanser. It is the Peach and Lily cleanser, the Power Calm Hydrating Gel Cleanser. And what happened is my cleanser that I normally used, the brand that I used was Versed, and I used the gel cleanser, and they all of a sudden just decided to discontinue that and not make it anymore and replace it with another one that people say isn't as good. So Versed, if you're watching, bring back the other gel cleanser you had. I don't know why you got rid of it. I don't know why Versed would be watching this. They're not, but just in case, you never know. But I was able to find the Versed cleanser that I like on the Walmart website. I feel like maybe I shouldn't be saying this. I'm exposing my secrets and now it's going to go out of stock. But I was able to find it on Walmart. So I ordered a couple of them from there so that I would have some to kind of last me for a little bit, and then I wanted to, you know, try another one from another brand just in case I'm not able to get that Versed cleanser anymore. So yeah, we got the, it's probably not gonna focus. There she blows. This is, you know, a little bit more pricey, like this travel size. Does it say how many ounces? It's 1.01 fluid ounces. This was $11. I think the full size is like 30 or 40 something, but you know what? It's fine. I don't really mind investing in skincare, especially when I buy relatively cheap makeup. Some of my makeup is a little bit more expensive. It depends on what I'm buying, but like the e.l.f. thing, this was $5. This brow pencil I think was like $8 or something. This mascara wasn't very expensive, so it all balances out. Plus I feel like investing in your skin, that's not a bad thing, so I'm interested to try it. I've heard good things about this brand. I think it's a Korean skincare brand, so obviously I'm sure it's gonna be great. But yeah, that's my little Ulta haul, plus whenever this other Shea Moisture body wash shows up. It could be in my mailbox, could have been delivered to the wrong house. You just really never know with my town's mailing system. It could be anywhere. Okay, that's my haul. And now I need to go and shower so that I can start painting my nails because it's like after 7 o'clock, which is not very late. But when you woke up at 4:30 in the morning and didn't take a nap, it's going to be my bedtime soon, so I need to be able to go to bed when I want. So I'm going to go shower, paint my nails, and then go to bed and rest up before an exciting day tomorrow. Imagine if this was how I went to the wedding. Half curled hair. Could be a look, could be fashion. But yes, as you can tell, I've started getting ready for the wedding today. I'm very excited. It's literally 11:05. We're not leaving until 2, but I want to have plenty of time to just like take my time getting ready. I don't like feeling rushed because that's when I get stressed and then mistakes happen. So I just want to take my time and just spend like a few hours getting ready and being able to stop if I want, you know, have a break for lunch, just chillax and just take my time. But last night I did wash my hair. As you can probably tell, it was not looking cute yesterday. I also painted my nails. They don't look great, so don't look that closely. I am no nail professional. But I did this dark green color. Oh, they look not good. Just hold them back here. No one looked that close. But I did the dark green because my dress is a very similar color. So I thought that that would be fitting. And now I'm in the middle of getting ready, as you can tell. But yeah, I'm gonna finish getting ready. I'm gonna finish my hair, gonna do my makeup. I'm probably gonna fix my hair and touch it up a million times before we leave because we still have quite a few hours. So there's no way the curls are gonna stay looking good over the next few hours. I'm definitely gonna have to touch it up, but I will show you the final look before we go. But yeah, I just wanted to check in because I'm sure even though I'm giving myself plenty of time to get ready and get myself together, I'm still probably gonna be in frantic mode all this morning. So there's just no avoiding me being stressed and in frantic mode. It's just my natural state. So I thought I'd check in now, but I'm gonna go finish getting ready, and then like I said, I will show you all the final look of what I look like before the wedding. Well, hello. I wanted to just quickly pop on, give a brief little update. It is now Monday of the next week. The wedding has happened. It has passed. It was so much fun. I had such a good time. It was so beautiful, so much fun, such great people, and yeah, I absolutely had a blast. And then I also, on Saturday before the wedding, actually finished the audiobook for The Socialite's Guide to Murder, which is something I said I was trying to finish before the end of the month. So I did manage to finish that, but I am reading that for a themed vlog. So I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself, but I'm still reading family lore. I think I have it right behind me. I could look. I'm on page 231, and I don't know how many pages there are in total. 360 something. It's being difficult. I can't turn the pages with one hand. So I have like 130-ish pages left of that book. I think I might try and finish it tonight, and then I can finally get started on my October and Trigger to Readathon TBR. I mean, it is only the 2nd of the month, so I say finally, but I really should just relax. But I do want to get started on the TBR. I always have so many things I want to read in October. I saved so many books for spooky season, and I just know I'm not going to be able to get to everything in time. But yeah, I want to start on that TBR. I have no idea what I'm going to pick up first, and I do still need to continue on reading things for that themed vlog. So just gonna need to figure out the best balance and figure out what I need to do. But yeah, I definitely want to read something for the Trigger to Readathon in this vlog, because that's why I'm vlogging. So yes, I did finish my audiobook, but I did not finish family lore by the end of the month, but that's okay. I'm hoping that I can get that done tonight, like I said. And then also at the end of the week this week, I have like a few days off in a row from work. So I think I'm probably going to film a video one of those days, but then at least one of those other days as well, I just want to do nothing but read. I feel like I haven't had a very like chill, cozy reading day in a while, and I really want to prioritize that. So yeah, I think at some point later on this week, I'm just going to have a very cozy autumn reading day and hopefully get like a lot of reading done and read something from the Trigger to Readathon. And I'm just very excited. I'm very excited to have a day where I do literally nothing but like read and just be very chill, very cozy, very excited about it. I think the weather this week isn't going to be super fall-like. It's going to be pretty warm actually this week. Yeah, it's going to be in the 70s and the 80s over the next couple of days, but I think it is supposed to cool down later on this week and like over the weekend. So there will be some good fall reading weather. But yeah, I just wanted to briefly update that the wedding was amazing, and that hopefully the next time I check in, I will have finished family lore and we can actually start on my Trigger to Readathon TBR. The way that I have tried to film this update so many times, but because I feel like crap, I keep getting interrupted by coughing, sneezing. My brain is not focused because I feel like crap. Can she do it this time? Probably not. But hey, here I am in the same spot as I was the last time I updated you, in my bed. I think the last time I updated you was when I was like starting to not feel so great, but I was kind of ignoring it. Now, it is now Thursday, and I don't feel well. I mean, I'm not really surprised. I went to a social event this past weekend and I got sick. The math is mathing. That just happens to me every time I go to a social event. My immune system, not too great. So yeah, I know I haven't really been filming much over the past few days. It is now Thursday. I don't know if I said it already, because like I said, I've filmed this clip so many times, I've had to redo it because I'm not making any sense. But it is now Thursday. The last time I updated you was Monday. And literally my free time over the past few days has just been me sleeping because I haven't been feeling great. So yeah, that's not great. And it's also just really annoying because I think I also mentioned this earlier that I have the next few days off. So I wanted to do a lot of filming and editing, and I wanted to take some Bookstagram pictures, and I wanted to do a lot of reading and just have like fun, cozy autumn days. And now I feel like I can't really do any of that or do any of the things I wanted to do. I need to do laundry, and the idea of like getting up and doing that seems like too much. Like, that requires way too much energy. I was gonna film a video today. That ain't happening. See, I'm just like frustrated that the next few days that I have off, I can't do anything I wanted to do because I'm now sick. But however, I feel like that's just sometimes what happens when you're an adult, and I just have to deal with it. But hello. I'm gonna stop complaining now. I did actually want to film this update because I do have some reading updates. I think the last time we chatted, I told you I finished The Socialite's Guide to Murder, but I did also finish Family Lore by Elizabeth Acevedo. Did I finish it on Monday like I said I was going to? No. However, like I said, got sick. Don't feel like reading when I'm sick. I don't know about anybody else. I just feel like watching something and completely like turning my brain off. But I did actually feel like reading last night, and I did finish the last like 100 or so pages I had of this last night. And unfortunately, I didn't love this. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. I also don't know if I described what this book is about, and I'm gonna try my best. Like I said, I have sick brain right now, so the words are not wording. Also, oh my god, my glasses are so dirty. I just realized looking into the sun, I can see the reflection. Anyway, wow. The pea brain is really strong. But in this book, you're following these women who are part of this family, and we kind of have a couple different generations that we're following as well. There are 6 women that we're getting the perspectives of in this book, and one of them is Flor. And Flor is one of the women in this family that has this ability. They kind of all have different abilities, and Flor's is that she can sense when someone is going to die. And so Flor, this book starts off with her randomly deciding to throw a living wake. And of course, she causes a bit of concern within her sisters and her daughter and her niece, because they don't really know any details beyond that. They just know that that's something she wants to do. She's not sharing anything else about it. So of course they're concerned. Did she see something? Is she going to be passing soon? Is somebody else going to be passing soon? Like, what is exactly happening? So this book is kind of leading up to that wake, but you're also getting a bunch of flashbacks to all of these characters when they were younger. You are getting 6 different perspectives in this book, so you're kind of jumping around to those different perspectives and different timelines within those perspectives. And I do kind of feel like that was one of my issues with this book, is that there are kind of a lot of characters, and because you're jumping around between all of those perspectives, and then also within those perspectives, different timelines, it took me a while to understand who was who. Like, it took me a third of the book to really feel like I kind of understood it. And even then, I feel like by the end of the book, I finally like gathered who everyone was, remembered who was doing what, and in what timeline certain things were happening, who was married to who, what was happening in their lives, and then the book was over. So I didn't love that. I feel like that prevented me from getting super invested in these characters and then the story. I don't know, this was just like a really weird reading experience, because I feel like on paper this has so many things that I enjoy. We are following a bunch of different women. There's lots of discussions on what it's like to be a woman, but also just like girlhood, motherhood, sisterhood, and all of those conversations and these relationships that these women are in, and they all are experiencing vastly different lives, and they've had different relationships, and they all have different interests, and I don't know, like, it's just showing how vast and different women can be. But we're also, you know, discussing grief and loss, and I also think like all of these women having different like magical abilities almost is really interesting to read about. And then also the fact that this is just Elizabeth Acevedo, who is one of my favorite authors, and I love her writing. Whether I love this book or not, the writing was spectacular. That's one thing Elizabeth Acevedo will never fail me on. Her writing is absolutely beautiful. But also we have multiple generations, and we're following multiple different timelines. Like, I feel like just on paper, this sounds like something I should enjoy. And I did. But at the same time, it felt like something was missing. I don't know what it was, but it just, I don't know. It just didn't have the impact that I feel like it should have. I was watching Isabella from Throne of Pages talk about this book in her wrap-up, and she was saying that she couldn't ever forget that she was reading a book. And I kind of felt the same. I never felt super lost within the pages and in the story and in these characters. I could always just like tell that I was reading a book. Like, I felt a little bit removed. And I just feel like this is the type of story you should feel super invested in. It's very character driven, and just like the messages and the, I don't know, just like the subject matter, it feels like something you should be super invested in and emotionally impacted by, and I just really wasn't. I got a little emotional at the end, but I don't know, there was just a bit of a disconnect for me. I do feel like this maybe is a book that could benefit from a reread, because like I said, I spent most of this book just trying to keep the characters straight, and I feel like that prevented me from getting super invested. And maybe on a reread, because I would already know the characters and everything, I could just fully get like sucked into the story. I don't know. I just found this a little bit disappointing. Like I said, it wasn't bad, but I was expecting this to be a new favorite. This was a 5-star prediction for the year, and it was not 5 stars. I think I ended up giving it I almost said 4.5. No,
3.5 stars, which is just so unfortunate. Like I said, Elizabeth Acevedo is one of my favorite authors. Her 3 YA books are all 5 stars from me, and so I kind of was expecting this to be the same, but unfortunately it was not. I feel like I had more to say about this when I finished it last night, but now that I'm speaking, I'm having a hard time recollecting what I wanted to say. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, it would be ideal for every single book that I read from this author to be 5 stars, but now I feel like maybe going into her next book, I'll have more reasonable expectations because now I have had a book from her that I haven't absolutely loved. I'm trying to justify why it'll be okay that I didn't absolutely love this. I am also interested to see what she does next, if she continues to write adult novels, or if she goes back to YA, if maybe she writes another book in verse, because even though this book wasn't written in verse, it was still very poetic, because that's just Elizabeth Acevedo's writing style. Again, her writing was incredible, and I think that's why I really gave it that like half-star extra from that 3-star rating. I just like love her writing so much, and like I said, it did make me a little bit emotional at the end, so I gave it that extra half just because of those things. But I don't know, just something about this didn't connect with me in the way that I wanted it to, and I don't know if any of that made sense. So look out for my October wrap-up, where hopefully I'm not sick. Oh my god, I think I was sick when I filmed my last wrap-up. I'm probably gonna be sick when I film my September wrap-up. Let's not make this a trend. But now the family lore is done, I can start reading my books on my TBR for the Trick or Readathon. And I have actually started something that is on my TBR. I started listening to the audiobook for In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado. I am 12% of the way through. I've listened to about 40 minutes of the audiobook, but it's not a super long audiobook. I think it's like just over 5 hours, so I'm thinking it'll go relatively quickly. And I'm counting this for the prompt to read a book by a Latinx author. And if you don't know, the Trick or Treat-a-thon, we took all of our favorite like childhood shows and like certain like Halloween or spooky episodes from those shows, and that's what our prompts are based off of. So this is the prompt for the Lizzie McGuire spooky Halloween episode. But this book is a memoir. It is Carmen Maria Machado kind of detailing her experience being in an abusive same-sex relationship, because that isn't something that is often discussed. It says in the description that the author tackles a dark and difficult subject with wit, inventiveness, and an inquiring spirit, as she uses a series of narrative tropes, including classic horror themes, to create an entirely unique piece of work. I don't know why I keep doing this, which is destined to become an instant classic. So I think that that is the perfect way to put it. It is really cool the way that she has structured the book. It is kind of interesting to see the way like she introduces each chapter and kind of uses those certain like tropes and things. I do think it is kind of cool the way that this book is structured, but obviously the subject matter is a little bit more heavy and emotional, and at this point where I'm at, like so far she's really only describing like the beginning of the relationship, so I'm not too far in, but I do like the writing style, and I like the way that the book is structured so far. Okay, I'm slowly losing steam. I don't even know. I just stopped in the middle of a sentence and I don't know what I was saying. But basically, I'm not super far in, so I don't have a ton of thoughts, but so far I do like the writing style and the way that it's kind of structured, and I'm interested to see what I think. So obviously this, I feel like, is a very popular memoir. I feel like a lot of people have discussed this one. I'm just very late to finally picking it up, but I wanted to read at least one more nonfiction before the end of the year, so I'm glad that I'm picking this up, and it's completing a prompt for the Trick or Readathon, so all good things. And then I want to pick something to read physically or just like as an ebook or something, so I do know I also have Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber on my TBR for the Trick or Readathon, which I think is going to be so interesting. I am reading this for that themed vlog, again, that I was discussing earlier. I feel like if you know who I am and you know something that's happening in October specifically, you might be able to figure out what this vlog is. But yeah, I'm reading it for that, and I also have it on my TBR for the readathon, so I might start that just so that I can make sure I get the books done for that vlog for when I want to get it up. And I'm reading that for the prompt to read a book with a curse, which is for the Courage of the Cowardly Dog episode. And so yeah, I think that that might be what I start next. Does that make sense? I need to end this clip. I'm so glad I didn't like push myself to film my September wrap-up today, because it would have been an absolute disaster. I have been struggling to speak this whole time. So if this whole clip has been edited very weird, editing Lisa was probably just trying to make this make somewhat, see, I can't speak, make this make sense somewhat. Somewhat makes, I'm gonna go. Yeah, so In the Dream House is what I'm currently listening to. I think I'm gonna start Once Broken Heart next, but I could change my mind. But like I said, I think today is gonna be my cozy fall reading autumn day out of necessity, because I can't do anything else because I feel like garbage. I also do have my Hocus Pocus shirt on, which I may have already mentioned. I don't know at this point, but I think I might watch this at some point today. Maybe I'll watch a few Halloween movies just to check them off. Again, like I said, I like watching things when I don't feel well, so I feel like I need to watch at least one Halloween movie today. But yeah, I need to wrap this up because I don't think any of this made any sort of sense. So I'm gonna go be horizontal now and do some reading, watching of various spooky things, and I'll check in hopefully tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be feeling better and will be able to make more sense. That's the goal. So yes, I do think this vlog is going to continue to be from the spot in my bed because guess what? She's got COVID. Woohoo! I don't know what it is with me in October. I had COVID in 2021 in October. I was vlogging for the Trick or Treat-a-thon. Now I have it again, and I think my parents had it last October. I don't know what it is about Octobers. It's cursed. But also that's going to just explain my appearance for the rest of this vlog. I'm gonna still vlog, so I think I'm gonna do a lot of reading. I want to watch some like Halloween movies. I didn't watch anything yesterday. I thought about watching Hocus Pocus, and then it was one of those things where I got sucked into TikTok and I was like, oh, it's midnight, I'm going to bed now. But yeah, I want to do, some reading, just some like cozy, relaxing activities. I do actually feel better today. I still, obviously, am very congested. I'm still sneezing a lot. I've also lost my taste, which didn't happen to me the first time, but it is a very weird sensation. I was drinking my coffee this morning. That's when I noticed it, because I took a sip and I was like, ew, did my coffee just brew wrong? Like, it just tasted like really watered down coffee, but like I couldn't taste the coffee. I was like, this is weird. And then I had the realization, oh, girly, you got the COVID. Like, what do you think's happening? But to test it, I had a couple of Ritz crackers that I had yesterday that I could taste. And so I had one and I was like, I could kind of taste the salt, but not really. It's like, I can kind of taste things, but it's like basically just like an essence of it. It's like I can probably taste like 2% of it. Or it's just my mind knows what I'm eating, so I know what I'm supposed to be tasting, but I'm not really tasting anything. I also had like an everything bagel with butter on it, and it just tasted like flavorless bread. Like, that was it. So don't love that, but I am feeling like kind of better today. I say as I just took a break to cough, but I do feel better. And I was telling my sister that I tested positive, and she was saying that a bunch of people, well, not a bunch of people, but there's a good amount of people, I guess, from the wedding that are sick. Some people have tested positive, so that's probably where I got it. I had this weird feeling that I was going to get COVID at the wedding. I think just because it's one of those events that does tend to happen. But yeah, I just had this weird feeling that it was going to happen, and it did. So I don't know if I accidentally manifested that. But I think as a little treat, I was, like, Taylor Swift just released 1989 Taylor's version merch, and I was going to buy myself something as a little treat. But it's like, it's almost cute merch, but like everything has one thing that I'm like, it's not quite cute enough, there's just like a certain detail that I don't love, or the price. Like, the hat is really cute, but for $40, I don't think so. And I also don't wear hats. So I didn't end up buying any Taylor merch. However, I still think I deserve a treat. So I think I'm going to place a Barnes & Noble order. There's a few books coming out over the next few months that I want to pre-order. One of them being Swordcatcher, which does come out in like 4 days, but I think I just want to pre-order it so that it will get delivered to my house, because who knows when I'm going to be able to go out or feel up to going out again. But yeah, I think I'm going to pre-order Swordcatcher. I'm going to pre-order Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros, because I really want to be able to get my hands on that, especially considering how tricky it was to get a copy of Fourth Wing when that got really popular. And there are sprayed edges for Iron Flame, like the first edition. I think it's just like a plain black sprayed edge kind of thing, which would be cool to have. I know a lot of people really wanted the dragons on Fourth Wing, which my copy doesn't have because I didn't get a first edition, but I don't know. It's like a cool thing to have, but I'm not like super determined to get it. But it's more so just the fact that I don't want to have to wait to read Iron Flame. Like, I want to have my copy and be able to read it as soon as I can. So I think I might pre-order that. And then I also think I might pre-order Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross, which I completely forgot was coming out this year. I think because it's like December 26th, like it's almost the end of the year, that I forgot that it was coming out this year. I think especially because Divine Rivals also just came out like a few months ago. Like, it's crazy that the sequel is already coming out and we don't have to wait too much longer. I need to pre-order that. And then I was also thinking, because I don't actually own a copy of Divine Rivals, I'm gonna buy, I think, a copy of Divine Rivals. Is this going to be an expensive Barnes & Noble order? Perhaps. But I don't think they don't charge you for pre-orders until they come out. So it will be like spaced out over the next couple of months. So that's a little bit more reasonable. But yeah, I think as someone who has COVID and can't taste her delicious coffee or food anymore, I deserve a little treat. So I think I'm going to do that. But also, speaking of books, I did do a good amount of reading yesterday, considering that I was still not feeling great. And like I've said so many times, when I'm sick, reading is one of those things where sometimes I'm in the mood to do it, but sometimes I just want to like watch something, which is why I watched a lot of TikTok yesterday. And YouTube. I've been very behind on my subscriptions on YouTube, so I've been like slowly making my way through catching up on certain people's videos and just videos in general. But yeah, yesterday I did do a good amount of reading. I think I'm like a third of the way through Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, which I am reading for a secret vlog, so I don't want to share too many of my thoughts. But this book is a companion to the Caraval trilogy, but I think honestly, like, there's definitely a lot of like references and connections to the series, and even though like I've kind of forgotten a lot of things about that series, I'm picking up on those things. Like, there's certain characters that cross over and just like little details of things that are mentioned. But I do feel like you could read this on its own without having reading Caraval. I think you might just get more out of it if you've read the Caraval series. But you're following a character, Evangeline, I think is how you say her name, and she is in love with this guy who she finds out is getting engaged and married to her stepsister. And so she becomes super desperate and ends up praying to one of the fates. Are there 13 fates? I feel like 13 is just the number it should be. I don't know. There's a certain amount of fates where like these like godlike magical creatures who like disappeared for a while. I say creatures. Beings probably would be a more accurate word. But they're these like godlike magical immortal beings. And they disappeared for a while, but now they're back, and she ends up praying to the Prince of Hearts, Jax, who is a character from the Caraval series, and like desperately wants him to help her. But you're not supposed to pray to the fates. Like, any deal you make with them is never going to work out well for you. But she's desperate to be with this guy, so she does it anyway, and she makes this deal with Jax. He will stop their wedding, this between the stepsister and the guy that she is in love with, or thinks she's in love with, in exchange for her kissing 3 people that he chooses. And the whole thing with Jax, the Prince of Hearts, am I saying Prince of Hearts? That sounds wrong. I don't know. Jax, you know, the guy. His whole thing as a fate is that he has his one true love, that if he kisses them, they will live, but basically anyone else that he kisses will die unless it's his one true love. So he's not, you know, the nicest person, because he will just kiss people and like leave this like trail of bodies behind him. So he's not the best person to be making a deal with, but she does. Honestly, I don't feel like I'm describing this well. I feel like I didn't really know what this book was about until I got into it, because I just knew it was a part of the Caraval like universe. It doesn't say a whole lot else in the description beyond what I just said, other than she makes this bargain that ends up being a little bit more dangerous than she expected, and that he wants a lot more from her than what was originally bargained for. So I don't know. I'm interested to see where it goes, but I'm like a third of the way through, so we'll see. I am going to keep most of my thoughts to myself for now, but I am reading that, and it is for the Trick or Treat-a-thon, so there we go. And then I didn't listen to any of In the Dream House yesterday, so I'm still like 12% of the way through that. But I think at some point, probably soon, I'm going to set up my reading journal for October, because it's October. I have the pictures like printed and everything. I just need to actually set it up. And I feel like because I'm going to be doing a lot of just sitting around and trying to like rest and relax, I'm going to get pretty bored. I'm already bored. And this is the second day that I've been like fully at home, just like chilling. So
not good for me. So yeah, I'll probably listen to the audiobook while I set up my reading journal and hopefully get a good amount of progress there. And maybe I'll set up my reading journal today because I do want to have a spread for the trick or treat-a-thon so I can keep track of everything I'm reading for it. And I'd also like to be able to show you all in this vlog, but we'll see. Like I said, I feel like I'm gonna be bored, but also like I do have to have the ambition and the energy to do it, even though it's just gluing pictures in. Sometimes that can be tiring. It's tiring right now. Everything is just tiring. So yeah, unfortunately got the Rona, but I do think I'm gonna have some time to read, at least watch some Halloween spooky things. So, you know, it's all about making the best out of the situation. And yeah, that's really it for my update. I think I was gonna try and film a video, my September wrap up today, and I'm still not feeling great. Like, I'm still running out of breath very easily and my chest still kind of hurts. I'm just still not feeling great. I do feel better today than I have been, but still not great. So I think honestly at this point, I only read 4 things in September, and 3 of them are books I can actually talk about. One of them is for that vlog, so I'm not even going to really talk about it in my wrap up. So I might just do a combined September and October wrap up and just film another video when I feel up for it. You know, I think vlogs might be the way to go for me for a little bit. We'll just see. We'll just see what happens. Obviously, my priority is recovering and getting healthy, so we'll see. But who am I if I'm not going to overshare a little bit on the internet? Oh, also, something else I needed to talk about, oversharing on the internet just reminded me. I hit 3K subscribers. What in the world is going on? I've been pretty close to getting to 3K for a little while, and I'm actually refreshing to see if I'm still at 3K. I am. I'm actually at 3,001, so there we go. I just feel like I always lose a milestone as soon as I reach it. Like, I feel like people always unsubscribe like right away, but it's fine. We're still there, and I really just wanted to say thank you all so much for 3,000 subscribers. That is just so like weird to me. Like, that just doesn't seem like a real number. I don't know. I absolutely love doing this and filming and chatting with you all, and I don't know, I just appreciate you all so much, and this is just something that I love to do. And even though like I haven't been able to film recently because I haven't been feeling well, it's like really bothering me that I can't film videos because that's like all I want to do in my free time, and I just love it, and it's so much fun, and I'm just so happy that there are people out there that are supportive of me, and it really does mean a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I've been also thinking about like the fact that there are 3,000 now people here, and I just feel like I have felt a bit like disconnected from the like booktube community kind of recently. I don't know. I tend to do this thing where I feel like I'm bothering people every time I like reach out to them, but then I'm like, why don't I have more friends, or like why have I not like become more friendly with certain people because I just feel like I'm bothering them? Or I don't know, I just feel like I wish I engaged more with you all as well. So I think to celebrate 3K, I might do some reading sprints, which I have not hosted reading sprints myself, I think since 2020. It's been a while, and I never really hosted them very much anyways. I think I've maybe done like 2 or 3 sprints hosting them myself because I find it kind of intimidating, but I do want to connect more with people in the community as well as just like you all, and I want to start doing some more reading sprints. So I think I'm going to do some celebratory 3K reading sprints, but obviously I'm going to wait till I'm feeling a bit better, so be on the lookout for that. I'm saying it now to hold myself accountable to actually do it and not let the anxiety of hosting sprints keep me back from actually doing it. But yeah, I would love to host some 3K sprints soon. Obviously, again, gonna wait till I'm feeling a bit better, and I need to find a good day to do it as well. Yeah, just be on the lookout for that. I'll keep you all updated in either videos or like a update on my like community tab, and I'm sure on Twitter and Instagram as well. But yeah, I really wanted to say thank you so much. It's so crazy to me that I've been doing this for this long, and it's still so much fun, and I just really appreciate all 3,001 of you that are here. I know, it's just so weird to think about like when I first started a few years ago, and I remember like celebrating my very first subscriber, like when it went from 0 to 1, and me being so excited. And I don't know, I still feel that way. Like, I'm just so happy and just very grateful for all of you who have been here over the past few years. If you're new, if you've been there for a while, I just appreciate all of you, and I just feel very lucky, and I'm very happy, even though I have COVID. This was a good, like, mood booster, if you will, uplifting me a little bit. But now I've been babbling for over 20 minutes, so I think it's time for me to wrap this up, but I did want to say thank you all so much for 3K, and now I think I'm gonna go back to watching some YouTube, doing some reading, buying some books because I deserve a treat, and I don't know, I'll probably eat something even though I won't be able to taste it. Woohoo, this is so much fun.
I found somebody, I say you don't cross my mind. And she doesn't know that your favorite place is still mine. Now I take the long way home, avoid what I can't let go. I don't always think about you, but sometimes I do, 'cause sometimes I drive through all of the streets we used to on First Avenue. 'Cause sometimes I don't even know where I'm going at first. All of the turns that I had to unlearn, back to the surface, the feeling of all that we were. I don't always think about you till First Avenue, that's when I do. That's when I do. I guess the truth is I can't leave memories behind. When she asks about you, I hesitate every time. Every time. I don't always think about you, but sometimes I do, 'cause sometimes I drive through all of the streets we used to on First Avenue. 'Cause sometimes I don't even know where I'm going at first. All of the turns that I had to unlearn, back to the surface, the feeling of all that we were. I don't always think about you till First Avenue, that's when I do. Think about you, but sometimes I do, 'cause sometimes I drive through all of the streets we used to on First Avenue. 'Cause sometimes I don't even know where I'm going at first. All of the turns that I had to unlearn, back to the surface, the feeling of all that we were. I don't always think about you till First Avenue, that's when I do.
Alright, it is now Monday, October 9th. I've been vlogging for a little over a week now, so I think it's time for me to wrap this up. But what a vlog this has been. Lots of highs and lows. Started out going to a beautiful wedding, got COVID, hit 3K subscribers, lost my taste. But something else good that did happen this week that I completely forgot to mention is that I hit my Goodreads goal for the year. Woohoo! Family Lore. Kind of unfortunate that was a book that I was really excited about and found disappointing. That was my Goodreads goal reacher. Did that make sense? I'm still not fully there. But yeah, Family Lore was my 70th book read for the year, and 70 was my Goodreads goal, so that was very exciting as well. But I just feel like, you know, this vlog's been all over the place. I need to wrap it up before any more dramatic things happen. And although I've been, you know, dealing with having COVID, which has not been fun, I have been doing a lot of reading over the past few days, which has been nice. I also just finished a few other things earlier on in the vlog. I finished The Socialite's Guide to Murder by S.K. Golden. I also finished Family Lore by Elizabeth Acevedo, and I don't think we've chatted since then, but I've also finished Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber and In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado, which both of those I am counting for the Trick or Treat-a-thon. So 2 prompts down for the readathon, which is very exciting. Once Upon a Broken Heart is counting for, can I remember off the top of my head? I think I can. The Courage the Cowardly Dog prompt, which was to read a book that involved a curse, and then In the Dream House counted for Lizzie McGuire, which was to read a book by a Latinx author. So, very excited about that. Like I have said a million times in this vlog, Once Upon a Broken Heart, though, I am reading for another vlog, so no thoughts on that quite yet. But In the Dream House, I will talk about. I didn't end up giving it a rating. I feel like I have a lot of back and forth feelings on giving ratings to nonfiction, like specifically memoirs, because like I know when people rate them, they're not rating a person's like actual experience and what they're writing about, but I still feel weird being like, this life experience that you went through that was very traumatizing and emotional and hard for you, let me rate it on a 1 to 5 star scale. Like, it just feels weird to me. I have given some memoirs that I've read and some other nonfiction 5 stars because I'm like, it's a 5 star, like that's literally the highest praise you can give it, so I don't feel like there's any harm in that. But I don't know, I'm just kind of going back and forth on what I want to do about rating nonfiction. So to conclude, I didn't give this a rating, but I don't want to say enjoy because that seems like a weird word to use, but I did find this very emotional and very impactful. Obviously, the discussion of an abusive relationship in general is very hard to read. There were definitely moments within this book that were very, very difficult to listen to because I did listen to the audiobook, which is narrated by the author, so it was hard to listen to, and I think some of those moments will stick with me, but also like highlighting this abuse in a same-sex relationship and how that's not often something that is discussed. I think it just really is highlighting a very important conversation that needs to be happening. I definitely like can see why this book is so highly discussed and recommended and talked about. I'm right there with everybody. And something that I attempted to talk about earlier in this vlog, like I said, sick brain not working properly, so I didn't really word it well, but something I really liked about like the structure of this book is at the beginning of each chapter it would start with the dream house as insert certain trope or concept or story or something. Let me pull up some examples. Also, if you can hear yelling, everything's fine. It's just the neighborhood children playing outside. But yeah, some of the examples I could give you, dream house as time travel, dream house as lesbian cult classic, dream house as famous last words, dream house as a romance novel. Like, it kind of just takes certain concepts or tropes. There's even one that I think it's like dream house as Nightmare on Elm Street. I think that was one of the chapters as well. So it just takes certain stories and tropes and concepts that we already know and is kind of taking that and applying it to what she was going through in her relationship. And I thought that that was really impactful, and it made me like, I don't know, it kind of gave like a different understanding and meaning to what she was experiencing. And I will say, like, to an extent, I did like the writing style. I found it very, it did have some beautiful quotes. It was very flowery, descriptive. There were a lot of metaphors, which to an extent I do enjoy and can appreciate, but it also, to me, that's just not necessarily something that I love all of the time. And sometimes to this extent, I do feel like there were times where there would be a very like metaphorical description of what was happening, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't know if I'm understanding what is actually happening because there's just so many descriptors and metaphors and it's very like flowery, and I would much rather just like understand what is being said versus like having flowery descriptive words to describe those things. I don't know if that makes sense. So yeah, I definitely liked the writing, and there definitely were some amazing quotes and things that she did with the writing that I did enjoy, but I think like the actual writing style didn't always work for me, but overall I still did enjoy it. So yeah, I did enjoy this as much as you can enjoy something like this. I found it very moving and impactful, and I think there's definitely certain scenes and certain moments from this that I think will stick with me for quite a while, and I've wanted to read it for a really long time, so I'm happy I finally did pick it up. So yeah, finished those two things that counted for the readathon. I also did start a couple of other things as well. I did start Beyond the Black Door by A.M. Strickland and The Long Game by Elena Armis. I know, I'm actually reading Beyond the Black Door. I can't believe it. But I don't really have a whole lot of thoughts on this so far. I'm only on chapter 3. I forgot I'm using my Edward Cullen bookmark. I'm on chapter 3, page 34. Here is my vintage Edward Cullen bookmark. It's not vintage, but it's from when the series was popular originally. I've had this since then. Can't get rid of it. And what's funny is I don't really have a whole lot of like fall themed bookmarks, which I'm not really sure how that's possible, but it is. It's my reality. But I found that and I was like, oh, like Twilight gives those fall vibes, so I'll use that. And actually there's something called the Twilight Guild in this book, and it's like perfect. I didn't even do that on purpose. I'm just a mastermind. But yes, this is a YA standalone fantasy, and you are following Kamai, who is a soul walker. Her mother, who's also a soul walker, has always told Kamai, you know, when you're walking through these people's dreams, like you enter people's dreams when they're sleeping, and that is how you can travel through their souls. There's always this black door that's there, and Kamai has always been told by her mother, you know, don't go through that black door. Don't even look at it. Don't acknowledge it. Let's not talk about it. Don't go through it. This book kind of kicks off with this tragedy that happens, and Kamai ends up going through the black door. And where I'm at right now, that hasn't even happened yet. She has not gone through the black door. So I'm still very much in the early parts of this book. But so far I am liking it. It definitely like had some info dumpy things at the beginning, but it's also been the first 2 chapters of the book. So I'm not going to hold that against them. But it's a very interesting concept, and we're already exploring this main character's relationship with other people, relationships, love, and sex, and I believe this main character is asexual, so I'm excited to see that representation in a fantasy novel as well. So yeah, this is going well so far for only being 30-something pages in, but the long game, I am a little bit farther in. I'm now on chapter 14, which is page 123. I think I'm like a third of the way through, but in this book, you're following Adeline, who works for the Miami Flames soccer team. She kind of works like behind the scenes. I don't know if she's in PR. I'm not really sure what she does, to be honest. I don't remember. But her father is the owner of this team, so that's kind of how she is working a little bit behind the scenes. But there ends up being one night at this like event with the team, an altercation between Adeline and the team's mascot, and a video of this situation ends up going viral and is putting a lot of like bad attention and press on the Miami Flames team. So her dad is like, you gotta get out of here because you're bringing too much negative attention to the team, and I want you to go to North Carolina, I think. Yeah, North Carolina, to help this struggling soccer team and like kind of give them a success story. So she reluctantly goes, and she gets there and finds out that this soccer team that she needs to help is a team of young girls. They're all like under the age of 10. But also when she gets there, she runs into Cameron Caldani. I don't know if I'm saying his last name correctly, sorry about that, but he is a recently retired soccer player. He's a goalkeeper. I know nothing about soccer, so let's just get that straight right now. But he kind of retired very like abruptly and quickly, and there's no like real answer that he's given anyone as to why he retired. It just kind of happened, and he's kind of keeping a very down low profile in this small town in North Carolina, and he's been helping the soccer team. So Adeline and Cameron kind of team up to help the soccer team, but the two of them did not get off onto the right start, on the right foot. They had a rocky first introduction, we should say. So they kind of don't like each other, and so they're kind of reluctantly working together to make this team work and like help these girls and their soccer team become successful. And so far I'm having a good time. This actually was like the perfect time of year to pick this book up because I think it's taking place in September and October. It recently has introduced these characters going to these different fall festivities happening over the weekends, over the next few weeks, and I'm like, wow, couldn't have been more perfect timing to pick this up, because I feel like I associate romance with summer, so I'm glad I didn't wait until like next summer to pick this up, because now is the perfect time to read it. But so far I like it. I like the characters. I like the kind of dynamic of them like very reluctantly having to work together after not really liking each other, and Cameron is very grumpy, so love that. I will say Darian, not to call her out, but she did say that Cameron, I think, is superior to Erin Blackford. I don't know if she ever like came to a conclusion that that was what she thought, but she told me when she was reading this book that Cameron was giving Erin a run for his money. And to me, I'm like, anyone above Erin Blackford, just that does not make sense. Does not compute. So I'm very intrigued by this man. I will say, speaking of Erin Blackford, obviously I love the Spanish Love Deception. I'm someone that like I hear people's complaints about it and I'm like, yeah, I agree with you. I'm gonna give it 5 stars anyway. I just read it at like the perfect time, which I know I say every time and I don't need to defend myself and why I like the book, but like it's just true. I think that really does factor into why I like that book so much, because I also read The American Roommate Experiment by her and I didn't like it as much. So I kind of went into this very skeptical, but so far I'm liking it. I'm unsure of how I'm going to continue to feel about it, but I am liking it so far. I don't know if I'm going to love it as much as The Spanish Love Deception or if it's going to be a new favorite, but so far it's enjoyable. Also, the goat that's on this cover, which I'm counting it for the That's So Raven prompt, which is to read a book that has an animal on the cover and the title. The goat is blind and anxious. I feel seen. I'm not actually blind, but I do have terrible vision. Like if I was holding this book in front of me without my glasses on, it would have to be like probably like an inch or two away from my face, or I wouldn't be able to read it. So woohoo. So yeah, reading this is going well. Not super far into this, but liking it so far. I'm also counting this for the SpongeBob prompt, which is to read a book at night. Get it? So I feel like I'm gonna, you know, obviously be a little bit more limited on when I can be picking this up, but I'm happy I'm actually reading it. So yeah, those were the couple of other things I ended up picking up at the end of this vlog, but I'm really happy I managed to finish 4 things this week. Obviously a couple of them I read mostly in September, but I'm still counting it, especially because I just feel like I'm back in my like reading groove. I have been editing this vlog basically all day, and there's been so many times I've been editing where I've just been wishing I've been reading instead, and I feel like it's been a while since I've had that feeling. So I'm very excited to read, and I'm also just excited that we're now like in the Halloween season, fall season. I've watched Halloween Town already. I've watched Hocus Pocus. I also watched an episode of season 2 of Stranger Things, which season 2 of Stranger Things, that is the superior season to watch at this time of year. It's perfect. So I'm just really excited for the fall season, the Halloween season. I'm watching so many of my favorite things. I'm reading so many cozy books, and hopefully I get my taste back soon so I can have a hot chocolate. I'm really upset that I can't have it. I mean, I could, but I wouldn't really be able to taste it. So that's very tragic for me. Taking away my hot chocolate and my coffee in the morning, sick and twisted. But yeah, I think that is everything actually for this vlog. I would love to know if you've been participating in the Trick or Treat-a-thon with us so far. How's it going for you? What have you read? Have you completed any prompts? Let me know. If you're not participating in the readathon, obviously no worries. I would still love to know what you're reading though. I love hearing what everyone's reading for their atmospheric autumnal reads. There's just so many good things to read around this time of year, so I would just love to know what you've been picking up. And also, once again, thank you so much to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. Don't forget you can check out the link at the top of my description to shop their buy more save more sale. Remember, if you buy 2 things you get 20% off, you buy 3 you get 25% off, and if you buy 4 or more things you get 30% off, and that's such a great deal. So definitely recommend checking them out. But yes, that is going to conclude this week's reading vlog. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.